Well, y'all, this is going into day 4 of the power outage in this winter storm. Went out at about 10:20 Sunday night, 10:20 p.m. Sunday night, and this is Thursday morning, January the 9th. Is this the 9th? Yeah, today's the 9th. Hadn't seen a sign of an electric utility vehicle or anything until last night, and it was dark, and they were down the road from me, and so I know they're working on it. Heard from a neighbor yesterday there were still about 2,000 people without power in the area. I don't know how big an area that is, but this is bad. I think this, for me, my situation, this is worse than 2021, I do believe, because, if it was just me, it wouldn't be so bad. But, I worry about my mom and my stepdad and their situation and their health situation and all that. Their power is out too. And they have a wood-burning stove as a backup, which that's great, but I don't know how long that wood supply is going to last. And we don't have any indication of when this power is going to come back on. So I have been in here at my shanty on the river since Sunday night, except yesterday morning. Yesterday up in the day sometime, I did make it out to get a few groceries. You guys, I made a foolish mistake. I mean, Miss Capable here. Other than the key incident, that was one. I'm going to say these are, and they're lessons to be learned. Even though I've done this many, many times, I messed up. My mind was on other things. I think my nerves were shot, worrying about other things. My doggies, they get nervous, about when things like this happen, because they know it's out of the ordinary and they don't know what to think about it. I don't know. But anyway, so the food that I had in the freezer, when the electric went out, my house stays on the cold side anyway. I mean, I don't keep it really warm. I can't afford to keep it, real warm. And I'm okay with that. But anyway, I had to, go ahead and start putting the food that was in the freezer out. I didn't have much. But I was going to try to, make it till, next few days to go to the grocery. But anyway, so I had to go ahead and put that stuff outside, which it would be fine. Well, I'd set it out on the table, out on my patio table. Meant to put it in the cooler or put something over it. Got busy with other things. And in the night, something got in it. Had a real good meal. Oh my gosh. So I figured it was coons or squirrels or a fox or whatever. And I didn't do a video clip yesterday. So this was the day before yesterday, night before yesterday, night before last night, whatever. And so I've not been sleeping well through all this because I'm up, I just can't rest because I want to check on things, make sure this fire is still okay. These are gas logs behind me. The rest of what I have is electric heat, which is all out. And then in the other part of the house, I have the wood-burning fireplace. But I'm trying to use that sparingly because I don't want to use up all my wood. Don't know how long we're going to be here in this situation. But anyway, and checking the water. I've been letting the water drip the whole time because I don't want to take a chance. It got really, really cold. The coldest last night. And supposed to do the same tonight. So I'm letting that run real heavy. Heavy as possible without being full force. And but anyway, so I got up this morning and went to let my puppy out. And opened up the curtain to the patio door. And there I have my dog houses out there, 3, because I still have Peppers. But there was a strange dog in the doghouse. And so I didn't let my dog out until I could see what the situation was. And then, so it was a beautiful dog, looked like it was some kind of hound, looked like a hunting dog, and there was two other, then out of the other house came two other small black dogs. And it was the saddest thing. They didn't try to get in. They didn't make no fuss. They weren't begging for nothing to eat. It was just like they held up for the night there. And I can't deal with this kind of stuff. You know, I'm an animal fanatic, and I just cannot deal with the situation of strays. I've done it my whole life, but it just hurts my heart so bad that we have the situation that we have. But anyway, they came straight out of the dog houses and went down off the deck like, we're leaving. You know, we're not going to bother anything. So I'm sure that I had the food, you know, and I'm glad that they did. So at least they got their bellies full. So they headed down the driveway, and I let my doggies out, you know. But it's just they never offered to fight. I don't know. The smaller dogs, which maybe look, you know, weren't very old, maybe pups, was not. I don't think they were a year old, but they didn't look anything like that hound. So I don't know what the deal is with that. Anyway, they went on down the road, and it was just like, we just spent the night here, you know, out of the weather, and we're going to be on our way. It was the saddest thing. So that's automatically worried me on my mind. But anyway, my point was, I left that, you know, I didn't put that food in a cooler like I should have, like I did last winter storm. I know better than that. And then, you know, put something on top of it. That's what I did last time, because even, you know, unless it's a locked heavy-duty cooler, things can get in it. That was a mistake. That was a stupid mistake, but I made it. Anyway, so that done. The food was questionable. I probably shouldn't have attempted to eat it myself, but it was still, you know, I'm sure good from dogs. I could have fried all that stuff up and cooked it up for my doggies. So all that was lost. So I had to make a trip to the store. So I was able to get out yesterday. They did get the roads all plowed and salted. And, of course, we got more snow on top of that yesterday. But I was able to get out yesterday to the grocery and get some things and get back safely. So through all this, there's been some blessings. Been some big blessings. And I'll tell you about the biggest one here. You all won't believe this. I still can't get over it, because I witnessed a miracle. There was a miracle happened right here at my house, night before last. So, you know, like I said, all I have going, well, I've got propane in this house. I have a wall unit in the middle of the house, like just a standard wall unit, and then I have these gas logs back here on this end of the house. My other heat is electric, like electric fireplaces. I don't have central heat in there anymore. But, you know, my other heat was fine for electric fireplaces, and my wood burning stove in the living room, or the family room, which I'm in most of the time, in that end of the house. So, you know, I had went to bed, and about 2:30 in the morning, 2:37 to be exact, when I looked at the clock, I didn't hear, when my Gracie Lou, she's down for the night. She sleeps all night. You know, she just don't want to get up through the night and have to go out or anything. Now, my River Pup, he had a neurological issue. I don't know if I've mentioned that before or not on the video. I can't keep up with everything. About 6 weeks ago, thought I might lose him. But anyway, make a long story short, he was on medication. Everything's fine. He's come through it. But the medicine that he's on had altered his bathroom schedule. And little feller never had messed in the house, poopied in the house or anything, but that he did a few times, and I know it was because of that. So it messed with his schedule, his routine, and so, you know, I could hear him walking around, you know, when I knew, I'm like, well, he's going to have to go out in the middle of the night. That happened a few times during all this. So, but the other night before last, I didn't hear him walking around. I heard nothing. And when he comes into my room, he comes on the right-hand side of the bed, which I sleep on the other side. He comes, because that side of the bed is straight a straight shot from the family room. So, you know, my side, he has to walk around the foot of the bed to get over on my side. But that's what he does. If he comes into my room, it's on that right-hand side, never on the other side. So the other night, I didn't hear him. I just all of a sudden knew he was on right there beside on my side. And I didn't, but he didn't make a whimper. He didn't whine. He didn't bark. Nothing. I just knew he was there, and it woke me up. And I saw him, and I've got a little battery-operated candle there, and I turned it on, and he did nothing. It's just like he just sat there and looked at me like I needed to get up. And I thought, well, he's, you know, he's I don't know why he's coming around to this side of the bed or whatever, but he's going to have to go out and go to the bathroom. So I got up. He didn't want that. He got up, and normally he would follow me, like, you know, whatever room I went to. He got up, went straight back into the living room or family room, got up on the couch where he always sleeps and laid down. And I'm like, I don't understand that. So I thought, well, I'm going to go through and make sure, you know, every time I do wake up, I go through and make sure the heat's okay and the water is still dripping and all that. I came through this house, and that gas wall heater was off. Never in the whole time since I've had that, which has been, I know, over 10 years, has it ever went off at any time. Ever. And y'all, that's another thing that I am going to get is a carbon monoxide detector. I don't have one. And that dog got me up. I'm telling you, that was the hand of God. And I am absolutely convinced of it. I believe an angel guided that dog, or God guided that dog into my room to wake me up. And it's almost like he was angelic, because he just didn't act the same as he normally does. He wasn't hyper. He wasn't, you know, wanting to, you know, nothing. He wasn't whining, nothing. It's just he showed up on my side of the bed, looked at me, and just sat there and looked at me and until I got up. And so I saw that stove, that heater was off, and I'm like, oh God, you know, do I try to reheat it, restart it? So I started, you know, try to restart the pilot light. It won't catch. So I came in here to make sure this gas fireplace was going, and it was just fine. So I know it's just the heater. So I don't know why it won't work. I don't know if it just needs to be cleaned or what, but the point is, I just turned it off. So it doesn't have any, you know, it wasn't connecting to the gas. I hope. I mean, that was a miracle. I don't know. It could have saved my life. I absolutely don't know. But I'll tell you, people probably won't believe this, but years ago, probably, I don't know, that's been over 10 years ago, when I did have the original furnace that was in this house working. My pepper girl that y'all have seen in many, many of my videos that I lost 2 years ago, she woke me up, she was barking. She woke me up one night. It was early, it was morning time. I hadn't got up yet. She woke me up, and I went to the furnace, and I could smell something. And I called the fire department, and they came in and checked everything out, because I was afraid there was something burning in the wall or whatever, you know, that I couldn't see. But I shut it all off, disconnected it and everything, and haven't used it since. Had other sources, you know, I made other arrangements to have other sources of heat since that time. So twice now, a dog has gotten me up to go see about a heating issue or something that was wrong. Now, you all can believe it or you don't. I don't care. But I know in my heart, and I know that time back all those years ago, she sensed that. Pepper sensed that something was wrong, and she got me up. And the other night before last, I don't know if River sensed something, but something, both incidences, God was behind it. I know that without a doubt. There's just no other explanation for it. I know the animals have a sense, you know, extra sense that we don't have. They know when something's wrong. I absolutely know that. But this time with this dog was so different. Something supernatural happened in this house, and I'll never forget it as long as I live. So I know I'm rambling, but that was a big thing. So just updating y'all with this. This is bad here. This is bad. It's not like in 2021 when the whole winter storm was as widespread regionally. I don't think it is right now. I mean, it's covered a lot of areas, but this power outage seems to be pretty much localized. The town I was at yesterday to get groceries has power. Surrounding towns, I think, has power, so it's just certain areas. You know, the situation with I'm not going to go off and leave, you know, heat like that. I can't go off and leave my doggies in these freezing temperatures, and so there's just a lot of angles here. Worried about my mom and stepdad. What am I going to do, you know, if they run out of wood? So there's a lot of things going on. I don't know. All is okay right now. And like I said, I still, as always, I find the positives in every situation. So the water did not go off last night. Praise God. The water has not gone off. The sun is shining this morning, whereas just about the whole time through all this, it's just been cloudy and gray, and that makes everything worse, and it gets dark quicker, you know, it makes everything dark. The electric company I did see a truck last night, so they are hopefully, I'm hoping that today it'll come back on. I don't know. You know, the little doggies that was here, they didn't cause any problems. It's worried me to death, wondering where they're going to go and if they're going to be okay. I was able to make a safe trip out and get groceries and back yesterday. You know, I've been reading in my Bible, and I always have a note, you know, take notes, and got some really inspiration out of some verses, and I love that. You know, I love spending time with the Lord. And I finished my song, you guys. I finished my song. I had started it back in the fall, and I finished that. So, you know, through these times when there's no power, which part of it I like. A part of it I like because it takes my attention away from other things, from watching too much TV or whatever, being on the, internet too much or whatever. So we're all guilty of that. We're all guilty of that. And so I try really hard not to complain about things and try to look at the positive side of everything. Find the blessings in the adversity. We got to, because they're there. They're all around us. So just an update. And fix some just standard hamburger helper last night for me and the doggies. I was in the mood for that. That felt like comfort food to me. So fix some hamburger helper for supper last night on my butane stove. One of the finest purchases I've ever made. I am going to get another one just to have here in the shanty on the river. So I won't have to go out to the van and get it. I think this other one, I think I'll get a dual fuel that takes butane and propane. So anyway, today, going to venture out again. I have no cell service. I have no land. I have a landline, but the lines are down. That's not been restored either. So I'm going to venture out again to where I do have cell service. I've got to make some calls, send messages. I mean, I've still, got a job, and they know all what's going on, but this is bad. It's been bad, and if we get more snow, it's going to be worse. So praying that it will all come back on soon and everybody will be safe. And so gonna venture out and then come back and see. I don't know. Let's just see what's happening, what the day brings. So anyway, stay tuned. Never a dull moment here on Gal Gone Camping and doing the off-grid thing right here at the Shanty on the river. Y'all don't even have to leave the house. Check in later.